there's a Senate, I believe it's a Senate bill right now that's going in to try to raise that to 10,000.
Oh, really?
So I knew you all would be for that, and I already put the word into the senator, but I told him that I had a meeting tonight with you, and I'd ask for your email to send up there, because he may want to correspond with you on that a little bit.
Sure will. That sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
So that's, like I say, that's a Senate bill, they're trying to up that 8,000 to 10,000. So.
Well, between 10,000 and 1,500, we're real close right now. We'll be able to get what we need then.
Yeah.
Super. Thank you, Sheriff. Okay, we're going to call the meeting officially to order, and want to be able to recognize, obviously there are people here tonight that want to address the council, and we've had some discussion. I know that Angie, I think Doug and I had a discussion a week ago Thursday for about I don't know, 3 or 4 hours, something like that. We jogged for a while, and I believe that that there are those who want to be able to talk right now. If you will, I know there's one of you I know for sure that wants to be able to talk. If you will, recognize who you are, who you represent, and then 5 minutes with the council, and council, listen up.
Well, my name is Angela Rowlett. I'm probably the newest resident to Hazel. I've got Angelique's Antiques and just moved above my store. I'm very happy to be a resident of Hazel now. I do not like giving speeches. I have not given speeches since high school, but I feel really passionate about the matter that we're going to talk about tonight, so I'm your spokesperson. We're here tonight in an effort to ensure that this council is aware of the implications of their actions in the matter before them. It's not our intent to litigate the ordinance in question, but to bring our concerns to this council, our representative government. Most of us have assembled with you tonight, and we feel very confident that Charlie's Antique Mall will close on February 13th if this matter is not resolved. As residents and business owners, some of us both, we all have a significant investment in this town. Our investment is somewhat under your stewardship. In the last few years, well over $1 million has been invested in this community by small businesses. We feel that our investment should be a consideration in your deliberation. So it is on this premise that we will make these statements. Number one, every business here, with the exception of Gallimores, benefits from a large volume of customer traffic. Most of us are of the opinion that the success that the businesses of Hazel enjoy is due not only to hard work, but also in large part to customer traffic. We feel that the stores being in proximity to each other and being in walking distance is one of our greatest aspects. We depend on each other. If one store does not have what someone's looking for, we sincerely hope that another store will have that item. People can drive a long distance and spend a whole day here shopping, having lunch, and looking for that perfect treasure. The large number of stores in proximity to one another is our greatest attraction. Number two, the malls are our anchor stores. We need them. We need their size, we need their variety, and we need their diversity. With the uncertain future of the heart of Hazel and the closing of our town's largest mall, Hazel will begin to resemble a dying town, especially with one whole side of the street boarded up. With decreased property values become decreased tax revenue for the city. Vacant buildings, empty restaurants, and quiet streets could become the future of Hazel. There are people in this room tonight that have chosen not to invest in the city of Hazel due to this conflict. It's time to solve this problem and direct our energy to the things that build our community. Number three, we as retailers are battling a deep recession, soaring gas prices, and increased competition in surrounding areas. We do not need anything that will further diminish our customer traffic. If this matter is not resolved in a way that will continue to support customer traffic, then the businesses may soon begin to decline. Number four, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics has shown that for every $100 spent in independently owned stores, 68 of that returns to the community through taxes, payroll, and other expenditures. Hazel brings in outside tourist dollars that support this community and this area. For Hazel to succeed, we need all of the businesses to succeed. Number five, Hazel is well known for its antiques. You can go to the city government website, www.hazelky.com, and it states, in the early 1990s, the town of 440 residents found new life in something it was quite familiar with, antiquities. Today, Hazel boasts over a dozen antique stores and shopping malls representing several hundred dealers. This community is once again alive, vibrant, and bustling. End quote. If our businesses fail, what will Hazel be known for? Don't all of us here tonight want to keep this community alive, bustling, and vibrant? We need to remember that individuals are not required to do what is right for the city or public good. However, we should be able to depend on our city government to do just that. Our elected officials have a different responsibility to the public and to the communities that they serve. So with this in mind, we respectfully request that litigating matters be settled as soon as possible. We ask that the council consider amending the current ordinance to either allow mall owners to purchase a master business license that would cover all vendors, or to provide the city clerk with a list of vendor names to bill for the business licenses. This way, a mall owner would then have a choice in how licenses are purchased, and the city would still be collecting all applicable fees for licenses. With this amendment, Hazel will gain significant tax revenue now and for the future, and this city will be able to retain its vibrant, bustling atmosphere. Thank you for considering this, and thank you for all the hard work that you do for the city.
Well, first of all, let me say, it is not easy to get up and talk in front of a bunch of people. Well, several, it appears that you are representing
The business owners and residents.
A great number of them. I wouldn't say every single business owner, but a great number of businesses.
So of the ones that are in favor of this, if you don't mind, raise your hand. Okay. And are there those business owners here that are have any opposing view on this?
Well, the only thing that I would say is, and this is to the city council, why have an ordinance or a law if you're not going to uphold it? That's my only question to y'all. Why have it if you're not going to uphold it?
Anybody else? Okay. All right. I want to try to address a few things now. I think you mentioned very succinctly a while ago that one of the things we don't want to do and we really can't do is to be able to deal with the litigation part of this. For those that may not be fully aware, I want to give just a brief synopsis of where this is, how it started, and where we are now. And in December of 2007, I got a couple of these. One personally being sued, and one as mayor, as did several of these people here too. In regards to a business license, a business license ordinance that was clarified and modified in 2007, but goes back to 1947 in being in place. In fact, going back to 1911, the first time it was ever done. So that being in place, I have talked to two previous mayors that told me that there were issues with this. That would be Mayor Dan Ferris and Mayor Harold Pittman. It's been through two city clerks, the lovely Janice Wilkinson, and a gentleman named Michael Green, who I never met. A lot more, some of the council people here now, and long before some of the ones here have gone through this. The issue at play and is this, that the business license ordinance states that if you conduct business in the city limits of Hazel, that you're required to pay a $25 per year business license. In 1947, I have no idea what a car cost, but I'm sure that it cost a whole lot less than a car costs now. And that is the exact same amount that we have now, which is $25 in our business license. It is, the Kentucky Revised Statutes states there's 3 things that a 6th class city must require of a business license ordinance. One, it has to be flat. Ours is $25 a year. Secondly, it has to be annual. Pay ours once a year. Thirdly, it cannot be egregious. $25 per year. I ate out today. I had breakfast and I had lunch, and I spent about $25 for eating. So the money's not an issue from what is being required of the business. Now, I want to be able to say that the money, because it's been brought to my attention that people think that the council is concerned, or the city government is concerned about the revenue generated. And I believe Janice could probably very easily verify that the city can go without the business licenses. The money that's generated is just not very much. Our forefathers put this in there in '47, and it has been in place ever since. I've also had brought to my attention, well, it wasn't being enforced all the time. And I do know that it was trying to be enforced through 2 separate mayors before me. It's just that when I took this over, Angela, and I do my reading and background to find out what I'm supposed to do, and then I read the KRS to find out how to be able to do it. In a little while, Megan Vaughn is going to be able to tell about part of her KLC training that she recently went to find out how do you do what you're supposed to do in this and do it the right way. Part of the problems of small city governments is that there's this changeover. You have a mayor that comes in, such as me, who didn't know anything about city government except just things that I studied in the past and stuff. But at knowing absolutely, and I think Janice will also verify this, I knew nothing.
No, you did.
I know, maybe less than nothing. But I'm a quick learner. And I found out that one thing I'm supposed to do is enforce ordinances. Very quickly we found out that there was something on the books at that time regarding Jim Crow laws back in 1936, still on the books. You all know what Jim Crow laws are, I assume. And they're illegal. And we immediately got rid of that. It wasn't being enforced, but it was on the books, so we got rid of it. When I went through the ordinances, I had to find out what PMS stood for. I thought I knew what PMS stood for. You think you know what PMS stands for. It ain't that. It's pre-manufactured structures. And so I had to find out all the legalities of having these things. There's reasons why that ordinance is in place, and I won't go into all that stuff. One of the things that appeared to be an issue was that we don't equally enforce the business license ordinance. When I read it, I understood it to be, if you conduct business in the city limits of Hazel, you must pay a $25 per year business license. And that's what I understood. Council met, and we discussed it, and we decided to pursue what it says. If we don't like it, there are ordinances I may not like right now. I don't really care for them, maybe 1 or 2. But it doesn't change what my role is. Their role is to legislate ordinances, which in this case it wasn't one that you all really did. It was already in place. Now, yes, it was amended. It was amended in 2007. 2 things very succinctly about that. One was that the gentleman that's litigating this and has brought the lawsuit against the city maintained that the business license ordinance did not pertain to him and his business. That the people in there should not have to pay a business license fee because he pays a business license fee. In fact, he pays 4 business licenses for 4 separate businesses. So he does everything right. I mean, he pays that. But his contention was that the people in there were not conducting business. So my question was, if there's product coming in and it is being sold and there is sales tax being collected on that product, and then